Hi everyone, this is Rick Funk with LIMRA. First and foremost, from all of us at LIMRA, LOMA, and LL Global, we're hoping that you and your loved ones are staying safe and healthy during this time. I also wanted to let you know that we're keeping a close eye on what is happening with Career Profile Plus candidate testing activity, as that tends to be a leading indicator for the number of recruits brought into our industry. I thought I'd share with you a few insights that we're seeing based on candidate testing activity for a core group of Career Profile Plus companies. First, we have definitely seen a rise in the number of unemployed candidates since the beginning of March. In fact, the percent of candidates who identified themselves as unemployed has risen from 21% in February to 30% through the first 2 weeks of April. As you can imagine, as the unemployment rate increases, you'll see more of these candidates applying for the role of your agents or advisors. One common myth is that unemployed candidates can't pass the Career Profile Plus. As most of you know, the Career Profile Plus rating is based on a number of different aspects of the candidate's background, and no one aspect of their background will cause the candidate to receive a low, moderate, or high CP Plus rating. Alongside that, we're seeing an increase in the percent of candidates who are being sourced through cold or impersonal sources. Through the second week of April, 51% of all candidates are being sourced through cold sources versus 44% at the same time last year. Lastly, we've seen an increase in the number of candidates tested this year. Through mid-April, we've seen an increase of 9% in the number of candidates being tested compared to the same time period last year. While the number of candidates has increased, the number of quality candidates that we're seeing is about equal to last year at this time. So what does all this mean? What it means is this. We know that as the unemployment rate rises, more candidates will look to our industry and the roles of your agents and advisors. The question is, are they the right candidates? And how are you finding these candidates? No matter whether we're in good recruiting times or bad, our data shows that you're going to have to see a lot of cold source candidates in order to hire one quality agent or advisor. In fact, our latest data shows that on average, you need to test 110 candidates from a cold source in order to hire one successful agent or advisor. Yes, you will most likely be seeing more candidates than you've been seeing in the recent past, and that is great news. As we all know, the last few years have been extremely tough recruiting with the low unemployment rate, and so far, the data shows that companies are sticking with their selection process. The bottom line is this: I would encourage you to stick with your selection process and let your process work for you. Remember, the question isn't whether we can make the short-term hire. The question is, will we find enough quality candidates that will not only be top producers for the short term, but will stay with your organization for the long term? We will continue to keep an eye on this activity as the year progresses, and we'll keep you updated as to what we're seeing. If you'd like to discuss your testing activity with us, please let us know. And again, most importantly, we hope that you and your loved ones are staying safe and healthy.